In the previous two videos, I gave you some examples. So now it's your turn to have a go. Now, if it takes 5 people 3 days to dig a trench 30 meters long, how long will it take 3 people to dig a trench 100 meters long? Okay, so think about this. Maybe you could summarize it like this. Write it as 5. So this first column here represents people. This here could be meters, and this here, I'm just making up this symbol here, 3 days. Now, if it takes 5 people, well, 3 days to dig for 30 meters, so you somehow want to get to 3 people, and you want to get to 100, and your X is really here. So somehow you got to use reasoning to get from here to here. Okay, so press pause and have a go. So come, let's try and do this here. So to do this here, let's summarize this whole situation here. 5 people, 30 meters in 3 days. Now, remember that if you double the amount of people, then the number of days will be halved. Okay, so if you do this here, if you double the people here, and then but keeping the distance the same, then this will be 1.5. So it's a strange relationship here, because normally if you double something, then something like this would double as well. But in this case, if you double the number of people, then you're actually halving the amount of time. Well, anyway, hang on. So back to this. Hang on. So 530 in 3 days. Now, in this case, because we want 3 people, I'm going to somehow try and get to the 3 people. But first, I'm going to get to one person first. Yeah, it's just a technique. You get to one person, and then from one person, then you get to 3 people. So let's use reasoning now. So this here is 30 meters. Now 5 people. Well, let's divide this 30 into 5 equal pieces. So here, if you think about it, each person here would dig 6 meters, because 30 divided by 5. So 6 meters here. 6. So this person would dig this part. This person would dig this part. This person would dig this part, and this person would dig this part. So really, one person will dig 6 meters in 3 days. Okay. Again, you're actually using, well, you're reasoning here. Now, if one person can dig 6 meters in 3 days, then 3 people can dig 18 meters in 3 days. Okay. Now this, well, you just got to accept this here. Yeah, if one person can dig 6 meters, then well, in 3 days, then 3 people can dig 18 meters in 3 days. Now we are getting close to our aim. Remember, our aim is 100, because we want to know how long it takes to be able to dig 100 meters. Well, this is our X. We want to know the time here. Okay. Now you can see that this is 3. This is 3, so we are getting close now. Now, you again use reasoning here. If it takes 3 people, well, 3 people can dig 18 meters in 3 days. Then, hang on, 3 people, 18 meters in three days. Well, hang on, let's double the amount of time here. Well, 6. Let's say in 6 days, then 3 people can dig twice as much as this. Okay, so 20, 36. Okay, because if you think about it, if it takes 3 days to dig this amount here, this length here, then if you double it to 6 days, then you're going to cover twice the length. Remember, 3 days for this length, so you require 6 days to dig twice the length. Okay, so hang on. So here, when you times this by 2 here, you are you actually keep this the same, the number of people the same. But then you actually times this by 2 as well. Sorry, times this by 2. Okay, you actually times this by 2 as well. Okay, now let's go back to this stage here. Let's go back to this stage here. Now, if you times this by 3, times it by 3, then in 9 days, remember, so here's 3 days, and then 6 days. Well, if you times it by 3, then you're going to cover 3 times the length. Okay, so if you times this by 3, then well, this would be it would be 40, 54. Okay, so if you times this by 3 here, then you've got to in effect get the 18 times it by 3. So so that would be 54. Now, so really it takes 3 people to dig. It takes 9 days for 3 people to dig 54 meters. Okay, now remember you're trying to get to 100 and then try and figure out the time here. Okay, so now let's go back to this bit here. Now, if you times it by 4, then in 12 days, 3 people can dig 72 meters. Now, if you go back to here, if you times it by 5 times, then in 15 days, 3 people can dig 90 meters. Okay, 80. Well, I'm plussing 18 each time, because well, 15 days, then it's going to be 90 meters. 89. Yeah. Okay. Now, well, okay. Then start from here. Times it by 6. Okay, times it by 6. That will give you 18 here, and then in 18 days, 3 people can dig 108 meters. So your answer lies somewhere in between 15 and 18, because you're interested in 3, 100, and your x here. But in 18 days, you can dig a trench of 108 meters, but you want to know precisely 100. So let's go back to here. Let's go back to the start here. 3 people, 18 days in 3. Sorry, 3 people, 18 meters in 3 days. Now you want 3 people, 100 meters, and your x is here. Okay, so now let's search for your multiplier here. So this, remember, the 3 stays the same, so we can pretty much ignore the 3. So locate your multiplier here. You start at 18 and you want to get at the 100. So your multiplier will be 100 over 18. Okay, so now this is your multiplier. Well, the multiplier here would be the same over here. So it would be the same multiplier, and the reason why when this goes up and then this also goes up is, well, it's because the distance is proportional to the time. Well, don't worry about that bit too much. So my point is that if you get 18 times this multiplier, it would take you to 100. So now if you want to know x, then you just get this times by the multiplier. So your x, so x will be 3 times 100 over 18. Now this is multiplying a fraction, so it gets multiplied to the top. So it boils down to 300 divided by 18. So you would jump to your calculator. 300 divided by 18 equals 16.7. So x equals 16 roughly 0.7. So to dig 100 meters with 3 people, you're going to need 16.7 days. So you can say that 7 days would be enough. Sorry, 17 days would be enough for 3 people to dig 100 meters. You don't. It won't take 17 days. It would take. It would take 16.7 days. But you can assume 17 days will be enough to cover 100 meters. Okay.